But I thought about this. I thought about an onion. I thought about an onion. That's what I've got here. I thought about my heart being like this onion, and how onion is made up of different layers. And when you go to Christ, teens, or guys, when you come to church once a week, and you sit here for an hour and a half, the most that gets peeled off is maybe this nastiest outer layer. Right? You'll get a little peeled off, but that's it. Right? And you don't even really realize it. And so then you leave and you spend the rest of the week forming another peel, growing over this layer, right? Why does that happen? Well, it's maybe the people we run around with. It's maybe the shows we watch on TV. It's maybe the things we involve ourselves with of this world. All week we're bombarded with that, and the layer is still there. And just like an onion, you've got to get down in there to get to the real stuff, right? Huh? I'm starting to smell it now. This is what an onion looks like. This is a cross section of an onion. Around that core is all those layers. It's all those layers. And my heart gets that same way. My heart gets those layers built up around it, and they have to be peeled back. And guys, it cannot be peeled off in 2 hours on Sunday morning. It just cannot. You might break the skin on it like we did over there, but it takes more than just coming once a week to peel the layers back to what something God can work with. And that was the illustration that I thought as I sat there at Christ, teens, of how my heart was like that onion. On Friday nights, there would be a layer or two peeled off. And during the day, Saturday, as you're immersed in worship and study, the layers begin to come off. And by Saturday night, when you come together to worship, it's the real deal. It's the real deal. It's something that God can work with. And don't think, and what I want you to realize is don't think you're any different here. Because again, I went down there this time thinking, you know, I'm all right spiritually. And it's kind of like when I gain weight. I don't just wake up one morning 50 pounds heavier than the day before, although it seems it. I gain weight gradually, right? Just a little at a time. And then before you know it, I'm big as a house. Same way with your heart. These things of the world that we're subjected to, 6.9 days a week, gradually build that skin up around our hearts. An hour and a half or 2 hours on Sunday morning can't peel away back to the stuff God can work with. We have to make an effort by the people we hang around with, by the things we meditate on, as Paul talked about there in Philippians 4, by the places we go, by the things we do, by the scriptures we study, by the conversations we have with God. And Paul said, what? Turn to the Lord is the only way to have that veil removed. That's the only way to peel the layers back. I want to share something with you that I come across this week on Facebook, Brenda. And some of you may have seen this. The members of the Southwest Church at Jonesboro did this. And it's just what I'm talking about. These are just people, these are just members of that congregation who have just peeled the layers away. And it's a little video I want you to watch and think about. That's me and you. It's a representation of me and you.
The fact of the matter is that we're all banged up a bit. By life, by living, by tragedies, by disappointments, by failure. But our God is a God of restoration. And the power of God to do something significant in our life, at whatever point of need we may have, is remarkable and astounding. And for just a few minutes this morning, we're going to view some examples of what God has done in the life and in the stories of a few of our people who are representative of us all. Let's just watch.
In Psalms 136, as y'all know, I'm trying to read the Bible through in 90 days. And reading that much every night, you can't get all the points from all the chapters, all the verses. It's just impossible. But occasionally, I come across something that sticks out in my mind. And that happened in Psalms 136. In Psalms 136, the psalmist will praise God. He will say something, and he always follows it up between each verse with, His love endures forever. And that's what I want us to do this morning. I'm going to read the verse, and y'all are going to say, His love endures forever. From Psalms 136. Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good.
His love endures forever.
Give thanks to the God of gods.
His love endures forever.
Give thanks to the Lord of lords.
His love endures forever.
To Him who alone does great wonders.
His love endures forever.
Who by His understanding made the heavens.
His love endures forever.
Who spread out the earth upon the waters.
His love endures forever.
Who made the great lights.
His love endures forever.
The sun to govern the day.
His love endures forever.
The moon and stars to govern the night.
His love endures forever.
To the God who brought Chad back from the edge of death because he wasn't done with him yet.
His love endures forever.
To the God who provided Crystal with an instant big family to a beautiful young lady who had faced such tragic loss in her life.
His love endures forever.
To the God who restored Brenda and I's marriage when it was beyond restoring. The world said it's too late. Move on.
His love endures forever.
To the God who continues to comfort Leanne and Charlene at the loss of their fathers with the knowledge that this is not the end, but just the beginning.
His love endures forever.
Peel away the layers this morning, guys. If we can help anybody, please come forward as we stand and sing.
If you are part of the mold of your sin,